What does a product analyst do, right? What are the roles and responsibilities? Maybe you can also talk about how does your day look like? What are the things you do, etc.
First of all, we do track KPIs. I mean, this is key performance indicator. Then you analyze your user journey. You do the funnel analysis. You need to have a strong understanding on funnel analysis and cohort analysis and statistical analysis as well. It's very important.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Actually, I had put a video on product analytics, and many of you had asked, what is a product analyst? What does the roles and responsibilities look like? Is he part of the he or she part of the product management team or not? So we are going to answer all these questions. So today I have interesting guest. Hi Nupoor, thanks a lot for coming here. So Nupoor works as a senior product analyst at Jubilant FoodWorks, which is nothing but Domino's. Previously, she has also worked with other big consumer brands like Swiggy, Rupeek, Quikr. So, and she has a variety of experience from business analyst, data analyst, and now product analyst too. So, she would be able to answer most of our questions. Thanks a lot, Nupoor, for coming here. If you can give a quick introduction to our audience, it would.
Hi Manoj. Thank you for having me here. If I start, I have started my professional journey back in 2015, and over these 8 years, I have been exploring different domains such as e-commerce, fintech, and food tech. Through these roles, what I observed that I have an inclination towards analytics. So I've worked in different roles. As I've worked as data analyst, I've worked as business analytics and product analytics currently. From past 3 years, I'm mainly working into product and contributing, in product itself. Yes, as you mentioned, I'm working as senior product analyst in Jubilant FoodWorks. If you ask me what I'm passionate about, it's all product innovation and digitalization, and that's what I'm keeping in mind while I'm delivering any input in any organization. So that's how it's all about.
I think as you told about product innovation and digitization, right? All the orgs you have worked are highly scaled, and they would have a lot of data, right? And data is very important for like driving any innovation or taking any decision in the product or even understanding the customer, right? So the first question is basically, what is product analytics, right? I know that data analytics is very popular, but what is product analytics?
Okay, so I'll explain you from a analyst point of view. So it's not just getting the data and analyzing it. It's not limited to that. It has a potential for a growth of a company. It is basically to understand your product in depth, understand its layer, its different interfaces, understand the user and their experience and how they use your product, how they engage with your product. So in product analytics role, you should know all these things so that you can contribute significantly in the growth of a business in general. So you can consider that this is how it's different from a basic data analyst role, basically.
Got it. So it's more like you should also have data skills, you should also have business skills, you should also have product skills. So
Yeah.
to combine and take a
Yes.
good decision.
It's not merely limited to data crunching and analyzing it. It's beyond that.
Got it.
Yeah.
So next thing is, what does a product analyst do, right? What are the roles and responsibilities? Maybe you can also talk about how does your day look like? What are the things you do, etc.
Yes. So as an analyst, like I can break it down in few key roles, what we perform in our day-to-day work. Basically, first of all, we do track KPIs. This is key performance indicator, which tells you that how your product is performing. Then you analyze your user journey. You do the funnel analysis, all the whatever the interaction and points and the different interfaces you provide through your product to users, how users are interacting with them eventually, how their experience and how they perform in general on your product and show interest. So that's you need to crack down during your role. You need to create dashboards to track those KPIs. You need to have a strong understanding on funnel analysis and cohort analysis and statistical analysis as well. It's very important. Then one of the major part is collaboration with different teams, because this is not a single IC role. I mean, you need to collaborate with different stakeholders such as engineering / technology, marketing, business, sales. Everyone actually gets involved in this. They share their inputs, the challenges, and then we with the data insights, we give them actionable tasks, their data basically, where they can work on it and then eventually improve the product. Then one of the major tasks which I've been performing, you can say that's experimentation, where you need to set up the AB, set up for new experiments with product manager, of course, and then you need to understand the product change which you're proposing. You need to conduct experiment around it. Will it be success or failure? So that's also one of the main role which you perform under this role. So yeah.
So mainly like measuring the org level metrics, that is the KPIs, and 2
Yes.
is measuring product level or business level metrics, and
Yes.
3 is more like analyzing the experiments and making sure, okay, these are successful or not.
Right.
How are
Right.
they performing? Etc.
Right.
Perfect. And next common confusion that most of the, I think, junior folks have who want to get into analysis, right? So there are different roles. So what is the key difference between product analyst, business analyst, and data analyst? Right? Often people are confused. Is business analyst same as product analyst, or is business analyst same as data analyst? Right?
Yeah, actually, for someone who is not working as these roles, they have not performed these roles, it's very common to generalize. Like they can consider all these roles or skill sets are common. So it's not. Each role are very different. Their responsibilities are very different, and the skill sets requirement is also very different. So as I mentioned, product analysts should know the KPIs, what is moving the product health basically, and your funnels they should understand. They should know the product in depth. They should have the comprehensive knowledge of your product end to end, and understand your user experience. So that's what its product analysts do. Business analysts basically, they are they more perform towards organization goals. There's an overall organization which is in their focus. They have a close eye on P&L. They will make the strategic decisions, and the part of strategic decisions, they make goals around it. They work on processes and productivity, and create and focus on those metrics which define the business health in general, and then report them. So that's how BA work. Data analyst is basically extracting data, analyzing it, and report it basically. That's how the key role of them is this. As I mentioned, that they all have different skill sets requirement as well. So for a product analyst, definitely you should know the analytics tool, but at the same time you should have a good knowledge of any product analytics tool as well. It can be Amplitude or GA, which we can go further in this discussion later. But yeah, then BA is again into they should know the analytics tool, but at the same time they need a strong stakeholder management because they interact with everyone in the organization. Now data analysts, they should know the data crunching, study of it, and giving the insights, how they report it. So those should be proficient in SQL, Excel, and your Python. So that's help them in their day-to-day work. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I think thanks a lot for explaining. I think you have also been a business analyst before, so you were able to explain it very clearly. So
Yeah.
just to summarize, a product analyst will work on more product-specific metrics and goals. Business analyst will work more on, let's say, overall business-specific
Right.
goals like profit and loss, etc.
Right.
And let's say data analyst will more deep dive into data-specific things like data cleaning, crunching,
Right.
complex analysis like
Complex
code
analysis.
oriented.
Yes, they are not. They are not specifically working on any domain as such or product or business. It's a general organization goal they are chasing basically. Yeah.
Perfect. And next common question that people have is, okay, is product analyst and the APM, associate product manager or product manager, the same, right? And the follow-up question is a product analyst reports to a PM, or are they part of the product management team, or
Right.
do they work with product managers, or how does, in general, I think the more discussion is, okay, one is most of the aspirants say, okay, I'll get into product analysis, then can I become a APM or a PM? right?
Right.
Is my career looks like that, or is it a
Right.
different career path, right? Or it changes according to. I think lot of questions. Just to summarize, like first product analyst versus PM, and are they part of the team, and what does a career trajectory would be for a product?
Right. So, see, a product analyst definitely an integral part of a product management team. They work very closely with product managers. Their day-to-day tasks are associated with product managers because then only they will be able to share insights with them regularly so that they can make a better decision towards making your product good, right? So that's something which is very important, that to understand that product analyst is a part of product management team. They don't only have a knowledge of analytics or in general stakeholder management, but at the same time they should know the product as well. So skills of product management, if they know already, that's very good. If they don't, during this journey they will develop that, and these skills then definitely help them into movement into APM role or product manager role in the near future. So it's a very helpful to like being a analyst, product analyst. Basically, you are in touch with product end to end, and then you eventually move. You can definitely move into different roles. In some companies, product analysts report to product managers. In some, they report to head of the product. And similar like business analyst who can get, once they know the business, they can move into growth and growth verticals and other verticals of the business itself and become managers over there. So similarly in product, also product analysts also can move into product management.
Got it. I think they work closely with the PMs, and apart from having the PM skills, they also have the analytical skills, and
Yes.
especially for any data specific thing, they would have there would
Right.
be a subject matter expert of the product, like
Right.
from where the data is coming. They
Right.
would also work with developers,
Right.
in that.
Yeah, they will ask the right question. I mean, the product analysts who are moving to product management, they will have a good understanding of the data and they will understand the trends very clearly. They will go into depth of it and then make good, results out of it. So yeah, it's a recommendable.
So the next question is, what are the top 5 product analyst skills?
Okay, there are many actually. I mean, it's not like that you can learn 4 or 5 skills and then you can directly jump into it. It's basically a journey. So I'll break it down in 2 parts basically. One is beginner skill sets and one is advanced. So in beginners, first of all, you should know the data, how to interpret it, and how you can uncover the hidden insights of any data, how you understand the trend, how you make a story out of it. Then reporting of it. Obviously, you know the data, you should have that efficient enough to communicate those through your dashboards, through different mailers, some any automation, how you can communicate it. So that's the second step. Third, product. You need to know the product. You should understand how to read the product and how you understand the depth of it. And then obviously technical aspect also comes into the picture, where you should know these tools. You should know the SQL to understand, extract your data and analyzing. You should know the data visualization tools like Power BI, Amplitude to report and make the dashboards out of it. And you present your data to the stakeholders. Then you should know web analytics tools and product analytics tools like Amplitude, GA, so that you are closely in touch with your users and you understand what is happening on your product. So these tools comes handy. Then you should know basic tools to understand user experience through Hotjar and other tools, where you can, through heat map, you can understand the project user journey and where they're dropping, how they're interacting with your any feature. So that's one few tools which one can get a experience, and then that helps them to excel in this role basically. In advanced skills, if you ask me, these are more behavior kind of skills, stakeholder management. Additionally, you can go into experimentation skill setup development like VWO and other tools which help them to understand how to set up experiment with product managers. Yeah, I think these are the main skill sets one should have to start with and to enhance their skills basically.
I think mainly like, so first like to summarize, first is like getting the right data, right, and
Right.
interpreting it, and two is very importantly getting insights out of data, and third is like communicating it to, like, just getting insights won't help. You need to make
Right.
stakeholders and PMs
Right.
understand,
Right.
and knowledge of tools, knowledge of
Right.
business, and communication.
Correct.
So
Correct.
these are the courses.
Right. Right.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I think we had talked about the knowledge of tools in the skills of a product analyst, right? So what are the most common tools that a product analyst knows? You can tell what is a tool and the application of the tool, right? That would be helpful.
To excel in this role in general, one should definitely know the basic data analytics tool such as SQL, Excel, Google Sheet. All those comes handy in your day-to-day tasks. And other than that, for product analyst point of view, you should know any tool, web analytics tool in general, from which you can track down the user journey. You can break down the user journey and go in depth and layers of it to understand the user behavior towards your product, and you eventually evaluate usage and the engagement and conversion from these tools. And these tools are like Amplitude and GA, which I have used, and these were very helpful. And then you should know your your users experience through different heat maps if you want to crack down any particular flow. Hotjar is one of the tool which is very useful. Then you can definitely level up your game with Python, because it helps you with the different statistical analysis. It comes handy when you're doing experimentation, conducting A/B experiments. So that's very helpful. This tool helps you a lot to read big data and summarizing quickly, automating your reports. So that's how it is. Then obviously some basic tools, Confluence, Jira, to interact with different stakeholders, Slack. These are the basic tools which you use at an organization level to communicate with different stakeholders. Yeah, and one of the additional skill sets may be communication. You should know how to communicate with your stakeholders. So that's very important in this role as well.
Got it. I think so. Mainly like analytical tools, experimentation tools, and
Yes.
like communication tools.
Yes.
Yes. But what kind of companies do hire? Like, what kind of companies hire product analysts? Right? I've not seen all the companies having a product analyst. See, only like top startups, bigger
Right.
companies, product-based companies have a product analyst. Right? So, what kind of companies do generally hire product analysts? And if you can give some examples.
Sure. So basically, I'll generalize it in a single statement. The companies who want to focus on their customer experience and wants to focus on fast, rapid growth can easily use this expertise, because that's basically with this you go in depth of your product and you understand your user better. So whosoever wants to focus on these two things, definitely. Yeah, any company actually, B2B, B2C, direct to customer, can utilize these skills. I've seen early stage startups and at the same time large scaled, fully grown organization as well, looking out for such roles. There are a lot of opportunities around it. Ed tech, health tech, e-commerce, everywhere. I mean, you consider cred, you grow, your companies like international companies also, Condé Nast and other companies, either it be logistic company, either it be mass media company, or food tech companies. Everyone like they're looking out for such roles and expertise who can help them to understand their user better. So yeah.
So the next common thing is, okay, what are the common interview rounds, right, for a product analyst role?
Right. That's very important actually. It's not very different from any other interview, but we need to put weightage on some of these steps. So obviously the first would be introduction, where you should know what you have done and how you communicate in a brief manner to anyone. So that's your introduction. Then comes the technical assessment, where they will understand that how you interpreted the data. That's a SQL also queries they can give you to understand. They can give you a problem statement and ask you to create SQL queries to get the data and insights out of it. And they can give you data. So to give the insights also, they can give you sample data to understand it. These are the technical round majorly covers. And then there will be a stakeholder management skills check also happens in these roles, what I have observed. Then again, one main thing which I prepare like during these interaction is case studies and guesstimates, because one person would like to understand your approach of problem solving. So while practicing case studies around different business models definitely help in, like anyone, it can, they can get benefit out of it. And at the same time, I think these are the major. One thing which I do is like I have my project history handy with me, like what was the problem statement, what was this product in general, what was my role in that particular journey, and what are the skills and what are the challenges I faced during that journey. So these information will help in interviewer to understand you better. So these are important steps.
Got it. So mainly like communicating what you have done very clearly, right, from your experience, and towards technical skills and stakeholder management.
Yes. Yes.
The next thing is, I think you told about SQL, you told about Excel, you told about product skills in general, right? So what are some resources that people can use to learn these skills, free resources or any paid courses also?
Yes. So see, I won't endorse any paid because I have also not done any paid courses, but majorly because there's a lot of content out there through websites, Coursera, Udemy, and LinkedIn also. They provide good courses from where you can understand the fundamentals of it. Like SQL analytics is one of the course, data analytics in general, like Python role in data science, these kind of, and product management courses also are very important, which you can opt for. So these are the things, and you can understand how product end-to-end work through these different courses. So these are available in the market and people can leverage knowledge out of it. So that's available out there, but there's no additional cost they need to invest in it. But if they want to make advanced feature, there are a lot of courses, paid courses also, so that's something they can refer. I generally I'm a little old school, and I read from books mainly. So I read product books like Inspired and Go Getter, and these kind of books which help me in my day-to-day work also. So these are very important books which help me to crack down any issue I'm facing. I mean, although these are product management books, but it helps me in product analytics as well. I think these are, and one more main area which I'm working on currently is on understanding the lean analytics and lean product management. So we need to understand what is a lean culture, what is agile culture, how product management can be better using these skill sets. So that is also one of the important area one can learn from and then use those skills into their career.
But apart from that, any specific website where they can learn about this technical skills like SQL, Excel, or they can also see sample questions like they can practice?
Yes, there are a lot of content out there on YouTube, on LinkedIn also. There are different courses which they provide. You need to go through those courses, and you get the certificates also which you can use in your profile. Those are available online. You can search for it.
Perfect. I think we have covered all the questions. Thanks a lot, Nupoor, for explaining everything in a crisp, clear, and with also examples from your experience. Before we close the podcast, do you want to say something to the audience?
I mean, I have explained how the product and analyst play a major role. One should understand the product in depth, and then with their skill sets, they can definitely contribute in any organization. This role requires some of the basic data interpretation knowledge and your presentation skills, and then you can get into it. And once you are in this role, you will learn a lot of things. There's a lot of learnings around this. Students who are new and then who want to explore in this area, like with basic analytics knowledge also, they can pass the interviews and they can get into this. And yeah, there's a lot of learning through this role. So yeah.
Thanks a lot, Nupoor. Thanks
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.